Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Convention Storytime. This is actually the first ever volume of me reading your guys' stories. So if you want to send in your own stories after you hear these, go down to the link in the description and you can send them in for me to read on the show. I am actually no longer reading my own stories publicly on this channel. I will still be reading them. If you want to be able to hear my stories of things that happened to me at cons, go down to the link in the description to jump to my Patreon, and you can see how to do that over there. But without further ado, let's get started. Hi, my name is Dan, and I have a convention story that really winds me up. So about 3 or 4 years ago, me and my friend went to MCM Comic-Con in London. This was our first convention, and we mostly had a great time. Throughout the convention, we kept noticing this younger boy who kept trying to join in with group activities and dancing, only to be stopped by his mother every time he tried. She looked very distressed and frustrated. At first, we just ignored the situation and got on with our day, and we didn't see the woman or her son for a few hours. We went for lunch at McDonald's and we decided to return to the convention so we could catch the cosplay contest. On our way to the cosplay hall, we saw the woman again, looking very distressed. The boy wanted to buy a Pokemon shirt, which honestly, I thought was a really cool shirt. The woman said no, which left the boy rather upset. At the time, I was really into badge collecting, so I decided that I would give the boy one of my Pokemon badges since I gathered his mother couldn't afford the shirt and I genuinely wanted him to have a good memory of his trip, so I gave him a badge. The mother went nuts, which caught me off guard a bit. She told me she could afford the shirt, she just didn't want her son to turn out to be someone like me. She said she was disgusted that someone my age was into all these childish things. This left me feeling really bad about myself, and I honestly didn't return to Comic-Con until 2014 because of what happened. I hope you found my story interesting. Have you ever ran into embarrassed parents at Comic-Con? The sender also wanted me to shout out their website, ragglefragglereviews.com. There's a link in the description. Okay, here we go. So me, my brother, and my brother's girlfriend were going to MomoCon 2015. As most people do, we took the MARTA to get to the convention, since it goes right to the venue. So we're putting money on our boarding passes when this guy in a Sailor Moon villain cosplay comes up to us and asks us if we're going to the convention. We say yes, and he starts talking about his cosplay and how he made it. Okay, no big deal. So he goes with us on the train, and I'll try to describe our seating as best I can. My brother and his girlfriend sat in one of those two-seaters, and I was off to the side, sort of sitting by myself, but still next to them, if that makes any sense. The Sailor Moon dude is standing across from us, going on and on about his cosplay and Sailor Moon and whatnot. So this other dude comes on the train, who's clearly a brony because of his shirt and the plushies on his bag. The Sailor Moon guy starts talking to him, but the brony takes out his DS, trying to show that he does not want to talk to him. But nope. Sailor Moon guy keeps talking about who knows what. He says something like how he and his internet girlfriend were king and queen in a past life and how they're meant to be. He's getting annoying, but we try to ignore him as much as we can. He asks me if the seat next to me is taken, and I say no. My brother says yes, kind of sternly, but the guy sits down next to me anyway. Of course, this ticked my brother off and he says, "I said the seat is taken," a bit louder. The guy's trying to ignore my brother and is trying to get me to touch the cape he made for his cosplay. Then he said something about casting a spell on my brother, and my brother basically told him to F off. So the Sailor Moon guy gets up and tries to talk to the brony again. When we got to our stop, me, my bro, his girlfriend, and the brony all basically ran off the train to get away from this guy. I don't know if he was mentally disabled, but that was a pretty odd experience. It was Anime Midwest 2013, the year they hadn't yet expanded to the convention center, and they were only in the hotel. It was extremely crowded that year, and lots of people traffic everywhere. If any of you have ever been to the Hyatt in Rosemont, you know there's a basement area. Behind the stairs and escalators, there's a hallway for people to walk and pass under to get to the other side. Me and some of my friends were walking down there and saw a large group of people sitting in a circle under that crowded walkway. They were just sitting there and hanging out while other con attendees were trying to pass through. All of their stuff and bags were all over the floor in a mess. People were kicking their things and telling them to move, but the people sitting would not move at all, or at least move their things to the side. When me and my friends tried to pass through, I accidentally kicked one of the girls' bags because it was in the middle of the hallway. She turned to me and yelled at me to watch where I was going. I told her sorry but kept walking. I heard my friends beside me also get yelled at when she stepped on something. So basically, these people were sitting in a high traffic area and yelling at people who accidentally stepped on something or kicked them. Now I hate when people take up space in high traffic areas at cons where there's a lot of people walking. I went to go find con staff, and when I finally found one, I led him over to the circle of people. This con staff member just laughed and started talking and joking around with the people sitting. He didn't tell them to move or at least to scoot over so people could pass. He just talked to them for a minute and left. When I went after him and asked him to tell the group to move, he told me to leave them alone and to walk away. I have never been blatantly shut down like this by con staff. It was extremely rude, and I don't like that they didn't solve the problem at all. I think in the end, we just went to a different part of the hotel to avoid these people, but it's still annoying that nothing got done about this. Hey guys, thanks for watching this story time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as it does help a lot. I linked annotations to older story times if you want to check those out. If you want your story to be featured on Convention Storytime, read the description for all the details on how to do that. Don't forget to support me on Patreon to get videos early, get access to private videos like my unedited vlogs, my personal story times, and private Q&As with the whole crew, as well as much more. There's also an annotation for the Convention Reviews merch shop, where you can get shirts, hoodies, phone cases, and more. Don't forget to stay positive and always follow your dreams. See you in the next video.